Microsoft has worked hard to improve the former project service automation over the last, I would say, couple of months to years. And finally, they managed to create a whole new product out of several systems from the Microsoft ecosystem. So Dynamics 365 Project Operations is a new all-in-one application which contains the project portfolio management capabilities for Microsoft Project for the web, the existing capabilities around including the sales process to the invoicing process with all the areas we know from project service automation, and extend that features and functions with the backend capabilities from finance. The new combination of those three products is the new Dynamics 365 Project Operations application. And you could rather speak of an evolution of the product, not only a new version. So that means we get a lot of new features, we get a lot of new functions. Many of the things will change, others will keep like they are. So there are a lot of learn. We have learned or had a chance to learn over the past now approximately 4 months. So end of May, the previews, private previews started with the new product, and like it was mentioned right now, so we have as well some early adopter programs running with the new product, and it's really impressive to see how those features and functions working together to create a new solution. What are those functions are in detail and how we can leverage that in projects, or how you can leverage that in your project or for yourself maybe as well, we will see on the next slides. But before we go to the deep functions, let's talk about what are the targeting groups for the new product. At the end, it's more or less the same like we have had in the past with project service automation. It's ideal if you're a professional service company and you have to deal with a huge amount of projects with several period of time with involved multiple resources into the projects, the handling of tasks, integration into other applications like you have in manufacturing area to connect to the existing ERP system to integrate the data. This is working pretty well with the new product as well. So you have the same features and functions provided by a Power Platform available. The structure is a little bit more restricted in the background, but I would say the main areas we at proMX focusing on is the professional service area, the construction, and the manufacturing, discrete manufacturing, not process manufacturing, but discrete manufacturing area. But we have as well running some of our projects which are finance related, logistics related, real estate. So in many verticals, you can find a use case to leverage that functions, and the platform and the tool is flexible enough to follow your rules you like to achieve with your customer. All of those, I would say key functions or core functionalities out of the old PSA, what we know from there, like we have an end-to-end process from starting on the lead over the opportunity to quote, order process, and creating invoicing is still valid and still there. Some of the pieces has changed. We have a completely new experience integrated into the tool around the project planning, working with the WBS. This is now the full project for the web experience, where you can drag and drop your tasks, reorder them, have the Gantt view visible. You can work with buckets inside. You can change those tasks really nice in a nice way, user-friendly way and intuitive way, so it's easy to learn for the end users. And around the new functions coming with the finance module, so the finance side of the product, like to have real text handling now. So if you know or remember, in PSA it was pretty hard or always needs to be done. If you need taxes included in your invoices or during the calculation, it was always in addition needed to have it. And as well, like to have an expense handling. Yeah, it was possible to track expenses, to have an approval process for them and attach expenses in the planning, in the estimation, as well in the invoicing. But now with the new product, you have really a deep expense management system with app support, with all the functions maybe from the finance area. There are a lot of other functions available which you can use now from the beginning, from the lead opportunity process stage to the invoicing at the end, and you can stay in the system how you have done before. Maybe some of your back office people working more on the finance side, and your project manager is still working in the CE world. So it's really a nice combination of the features to work with. Maybe to point out one important point, which has, we have had a lot of talks with customers about things like revenue recognition, for example. It was pretty hard to build a revenue recognition in the previous version. Possible, but really tough work to what has been done. Now with finance, this is an out-of-the-box functionality which you can leverage in your project, for example, only to point out some special things. The licensing part, I will only have a short talk about that because there are some slides in the later point of that presentation to cover more the licensing part. For CE customers, there's no additional attached license available, so you need the full license of a minimum of 20 seats. And existing customers which are already using PSA, there's a transition period to switch to PO, but those areas will be focused in the later part in more detail. So we can go to the next slide, please. What are the triggers, or what are the key points we are targeting in our sales activity with our potential customers, existing customers? There are some, if you have the situation, so to say clearly, at a specific point, you need to switch. So every existing PSA customer is a potential project evaluation customer. So, but there's a transition phase, so you have some time for that to do so. But for example, for all of the project for the web users, which are only using the project management capabilities without an extensive commercial side behind, this is a really possibility to have those connected to build or based on your platform to build a portfolio management in an extensive way for them. It's really working great. So we have done that in several areas. Compare if you instead using PO or Power Platform app license, for example, there are more commercials calculating stuff available rather right out of the box, which really leads to a full bench of functionality there, including invoicing and so on. So really great features for that. New customers which are looking for really an end-to-end project management solution to integrate it into their operational processes. With the release of project operations, this is the only available version, and it's not, there's no competitor in the market which really provides this full end-to-end stack with the really flexible customization possibilities of the Power Platform in the background, with the connections with Azure and Power Automate. So there are really many USPs you can target in your sales process. So on the next slide, we have prepared some of those combinations I have talked about and have aligned and possible date, depending on what you're using right now. So if you, for example, if you're a new customer and you're only using customer engagement and you have only 10 or 15 people running that product, so there's no possibility because you have to have in a minimum 20 seats to go with project operations. For those, we offer our own add-on or to customer engagement called proMX Fast Start, which delivers you or gives you, I would say, project management light capabilities, not that extensive like PO, but covering as well the whole process. New customers with more than 20 seats, yeah, they can go with the whole app, and this is available by tomorrow. So tomorrow is the large event for that. So Micros will now then the new product will be available. For users with the current PSA version, or which goes with the current PSA version, should wait before they targeting the upgrade process, because Microsoft will provide an upgrade path for them, as well as they have done it in the last version from 2.4 to 3.0. But this takes some time, so we are not expecting that this is happening by the end of the year. So 3 to 4 months is the minimum duration for that currently from a current point of view. So what they can do is they can play around with the new version, install it in a new tenant to see are they customizing everything. They can prepare for the migration. This is a good opportunity. So of course you have no time for that to do so. You can rethink your processes. And as well for the finance guys, so they need to go with the new project operations for that. Um, as well, they get more functions and features around the project for the web capabilities and the front-end capabilities from PSA. And as for some areas like the construction or in general, for maybe for all, we have two main solutions, which Marina will point out later. This is one combined proMX 365 for construction and the baseline solution, which fits to all verticals and enhances the system with a lot of features and functions. And our lessons learned all out of many projects over the last couple of years.